Has this ever happened to you? Caving with that special someone when you run out of building blocks. What to do? If only there was a way for your most trusted allies to come to your aid. Good thing little Timmy here had the foresight to share a frienderpearl with his traveling companion. But perhaps Timmy trusted the wrong friend, and little Susie's true ally is chaos. The power at their disposal with one of these leaves you at your enemy's mercy. A cruel fate for little Timmy indeed. But pray the betrayal is short-lived. For if you find yourself stranded in the dark with no visible path to the light, the frienderpearls may just be your sole ticket to safety.
Alright, that's enough of that guy. Alright, would you believe I pulled this off in 4 command blocks? You're looking at them, baby. We're gonna get to the nitty-gritty of what commands are in those blocks in a moment, but I wanted to do a nice clean little demonstration away from the silly little bits, just so you can see exactly how this works. So first thing you're gonna do is take any regular ender pearls and name them on an anvil to Friender. For those just listening, that's F-R-I-E-N-D-E-R, all lowercase. It'll cost you the same amount of XP whether you do 1 or 16, so you might as well do a whole stack. But then you just throw them on the ground in front of you, and that's how the magic happens. From here on out, these pearls are now tethered to the person who dropped them on the ground originally. So if you can trade them with your friends, you can pass them around to anybody you want to be able to teleport you somewhere. And yes, I know, teleport commands exist, there are all sorts of things that do it with commands. I like something that's a little more diegetic, feels like it's part of the game. So if you want to teleport your friends around and have it look like it's part of the game, the frienderpearl is here for you. And just to prove there's nothing up my sleeves here, look, if you throw your own frienderpearl, it will teleport you. It's the pearl itself is attached to the person who made it. We're going to check out those commands here in just a moment. If you were here for just the demonstration, you are dismissed. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff. I got a really cool IRL build coming up when we get to 100 subs, so, you know, help us out. Thanks for watching. Alright, now, nerds, let's do this. Alright, welcome back to the command block room. Oh, hold on a second. Where are you, you squishy bastard? Yeah, so the command block room has, expanded. Ah, there you are. And I have plenty more to tell you about in future videos, so you can look forward to that. But today we're talking frienderpearls, and that's all the way up in R&D, so back to the top. Oh, by the way, little demo here. Boink! Ta-da! Here we are. Alright, so here are those command blocks. Let's take a look at what we've got inside. And no, I haven't labeled all these yet or done anything I'm supposed to do in that regard. Try not to pay attention to that. Alright, this one is executing from the perspective of an ender pearl, as long as that ender pearl is named Friender. So that's the only player interaction that's necessary, is naming the pearl Friender, and then the command blocks take it from there. Then we run a data merge command, and that's targeting self, which is that same ender pearl. All it does is apply the custom name frienderpearl with some color, and then it adds a little bit of extra custom data. So all this is labeling it middleshire, which is that's just my little umbrella tag to keep everything bundled under one thing, because, you know, I got a lot of mods on the server, and I got data packs, and I got all kinds of other crap going on that I don't need mingling with this. So I just do that first, just in case I happen to somehow magically share a name with something that somebody else made. It's just not worth the trouble, you know? So then, because I'm an organization freak, within that is frienderpearl, and we're containing everything frienderpearl related in there. And all these things are tracking. It's 3 values. Is it a frienderpearl? Is it a frienderpearl that's currently being set up? And who is its target person? Like, who's the person that the friender pearl is bound to? That's it. That's all it needs. And when the friender pearl is dropped at your feet, that is when it locates it. When you drop the friender pearl at your feet, like when you drop the pearls that are named friender at your feet, that is how it's locating the pearls. It uses that custom name and then replaces it with something that looks a little more fancy. Although, if you ever want to rename it, like if you've got a server with a bunch of people on it and you want to know who the friender pearl is for, you can rename it on an anvil. It's going to lose the color, but you can rename it and it won't break anything. The name is purely decorative. Anyway, yeah, this pearl gets created with empty target data and labeled as setup. And that's the first step. So when you drop it at your feet, that's the first thing that happens. Next thing that happens, which only happens because we have it set for conditional, that only happens if the previous block actually found a pearl named friender. This command is now specifically targeting the data that we just set it up with. So isFriender is set to true, setup is set to true, and the target is all zeros. And the first thing this is doing is it's targeting the target. So what it's saying is set that target value in the custom data that we added to the pearl to match the UUID of the nearest player to that pearl. So that's why you just drop them at your feet. Right. So that's done now. So it has the custom data on it, and it has a target set. So the last thing that needs to happen for this pearl to be fully done and ready to go, which is also on a conditional chain block, is just to remove the setup data. We just get rid of it completely. We don't set it to false. We're never going to need it again, so we just remove it. We target it the same way by looking for that custom data. And just like that, it's gone, and the pearls are ready to go. So this last one here is the block that actually makes them do what they do. And it's honestly very simple. There is a data value on pearls that is owner. And owner just so happens to be how the pearl knows who it's supposed to teleport. And owner also happens to be editable data, because it's just NBT data. So that's all we're doing. I'm having any pearl that is, and very specifically you can see I have an exclamation point here. So it must not have an empty target value, and it must be friender. So that's how we're double checking to make sure it's one that is already set. And yes, this does make it look like there's a conflict where, you know, there might, if you threw it at just the right time somehow, it would still have the setup value on it. Technically that wouldn't even matter if it was possible, but you go ahead and try to pick that pearl up, especially with, you know, pickup delay. In between those two commands happening, I promise you can't do it. So don't worry about that. That should be absolutely fine, and those are not famous last words. Those are accurate words. So we just set that owner value to match the custom data that we saved, and that's it. It all happens instantaneously. The instant you throw the pearl, it's launched with the data of whoever threw it, but then this command block instantly just sets it back to the one that it's supposed to be in order to make the friender pearl system function. And it just works. I thought I'd spend a little more time today actually explaining things, just because, you know, this one's not as long. There's just not as much to talk about as there was with the bees. But I wanted to give you an idea of how they actually work. That does not mean I'm skipping the description thing. So we've got the full commands down in the description for anybody who wants to try it out. And by the way, this one's not super complicated, so if the demand is there, let me know if you want me to slap this into a data pack. This doesn't count as breaking my oath to not do data packs anymore, I assure you. I'm literally just going to copy these commands into a pack and send it out. If you want it, let me know. But that's going to be it. I just wanted to show you guys this cool little command block trickery that lets you teleport your friends around with something that kind of feels like it's more a part of the game than just punching a command in, you know? Thanks so much for hanging out. It's been a blast as always. If you're looking for a more specifically tailored feed, I recommend you check out the sister channels in the description. I want to thank the good folks on Patreon for supporting. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate you. And if you'd like to support, I do recommend checking out the Patreon. I do an extra video every week with some extra content or a vlog or whatever to kind of give you guys an update outside of what comes out on the main channel. So there's pretty good stuff on there already, including a build that's not even up on the channel. Oh, and if you made it this far without liking or subscribing, I would really appreciate it if you could do that. That would really get us one step closer to that brand new old renovation of a lovely build that we did back in the early days of the channel that I think people are going to be really excited about. With that, thank you once again, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye, folks.